And in our book, we talk about how we observe some commonalities. All these high performers across different disciplines, different fields, have a few things in common. And those are these mental disciplines. One, they anchor performance on their identity, and they worry less about their reputation. Two, they choose a mindset for every role in their lives, and then they practice that mindset. Three, they worry about process and not outcome. Four, they practice adversity tolerance so that they can manage the human stress response when it kicks in. And then five, they invest time and energy in achieving balance in their life across the multiple pillars of their lives. So those are the mental disciplines. We're gonna dive into them. We're gonna start with identity, not reputation. Now, how many times has this happened to you where you're in a meeting or you're, I don't know, you're doing something and you want to try something new, and then you think, I don't know, what are people going to think? You know, what if I got up on that stage and I tried a cartwheel? What are people going to think? They might post a funny picture of me. You know, forget the fact that I would fall over and hurt myself. But oftentimes we worry about our reputation. Well, guess what? Top performers do that as well, right? When they're standing up there about to perform, they may be worried about what are people going to think, except what they learn to do is put that aside and focus on their identity. Why are they there? What motivates them? What do they care about? Now that sounds pretty cool, but that means you have to know what your identity is, right? Now I'm kind of old, I've been around a long time, I've had a lot of experiences, and so I kind of know my identity. Sort of over the years I've kind of figured it out. You might call that wisdom that comes with age or experience or what have you. Now, but when I was in my 20s, if you'd asked me who I was, I probably would have, I would have said, sure, I know my identity, but did I really? What the best performers do is they accelerate that process of wisdom and understanding who they are. They accelerate it and they grasp their identity much earlier, and they're able to rely on that and think about that when times get tough. Now in our book, we have an exercise, and we call it the Values Credo. This is a way of really understanding your identity. The Values Credo is, let's start with a piece of paper, or okay, you can do it electronically, and write down 10 to 20 to 25 words that are your identity markers. These are the words that express your values, the things you care about, the things that motivate you. Write them down. Be expansive. And then over the next few weeks, as time goes by, notice which ones really have the most powerful impact on you. Take note of those, observe those. Maybe share them with someone who knows you really well. And by the end of the few weeks, you'll have a list of around 10 words that really describe what you care about, what motivates you, what energizes you. That's your Values Credo. That's your identity. So then, when you're making a big decision, when something doesn't go quite right, when you start to worry about your reputation, stop yourself and remind yourself, here's why I'm here. Here's why I do this. It's because of my identity. And the good news is, when you focus on your identity, your performance gets better, and your reputation gets better too. So it all kind of works out. Okay, so that's number one, values.